Hello, can you hear me? Well, we've had rain too. You might have heard just a little bit. No snow though. Hi everyone, welcome. Yes, I know, I was struggling with technology. But anyway, the camera's up and running now, everything's good. Welcome Sharon, so glad you made it too. It's a different time zone, isn't it? No, it's not a different time zone. It's a different time because the US started daylight savings. Getting ready for summer, it's exciting. Hello everybody. Oh, Carol, we've had a little bit of rain, you might have seen. Just a wee bit. We've done a lot better than a lot here, there's some major flooding happening, still people are being evacuated, rivers are still rising, mostly down near Sydney, up just a little bit north of me, probably an hour up the road. It's been really bad too, but we haven't done too bad this time. I think we've had 13 inches of rain in a couple of days though. Over 2 foot of snow. See, I can't even imagine that. That's just I don't know. I don't think I've ever been in anything like. Maybe. I can't even remember though. It was when I was in Nepal. I was hiking many years ago. There was lots of snow up in the mountains there. Oh, what was that? Oh, we're fine. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for thinking of us. Now, I actually had a request, so I thought I'd follow through. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda wanted some bright cards or some bright ways to use the vintage garden set from Altenew. I don't know if anyone's seen this set. It's a beautiful, they've done can you see that? It's actually like a really large bouquet, so it's already ready to stamp out, but it also has some filler bits as well, so you can make it bigger by adding leaves and extra flowers. It's obviously, being Altenew, they have like the coordinating dies as well, but it's one of the sets that has the colouring stencils, and these are so easy and fun to use. So I thought I'd try and make a few cards today. I think I'm aiming for 3. I might have bitten off more than I can chew. So we really should get started. If you have any questions today, hopefully, because I can't create and read all the comments, hopefully Michelle, thank you for being here. And she might be able to answer them for you or repeat them so that I don't miss them, because her comments highlight a little bit better. And otherwise, I will read all the comments after and try and get back to you or answer then. But I thought I'd start by doing some really simple techniques. Would help. Here we go again. I did forget to turn my camera on again. That's easy fix though. How's that? Can you see that now? Alright, so I'm going to start by stamping out the image. I have got it sort of set up already. Because I want to do a few cards, I knew this was going to take me a little bit longer, because I'm not the fastest crafter. Let me just zoom out a little bit more. And I have linked some of the products that I'm going to use today. I really had no major plan in mind, so anything that I use that isn't linked, I will come back and link it later on. Some of those links are affiliate links, so just to let you know that if you do click on them and they take you to a store that I'm affiliated with, then I will get a small portion of the sale, but it doesn't cost you any more, so I just need to let you know that. I do mention that in the comments below as well, so if I do forget to mention it in the videos, it is written there as well. Oh yeah, so comments. This is Obsidian Black ink. I'm actually stamping this one on some Bristol Smooth. So I want to stamp this one first because I want to be doing a little bit of Watercolor Brush Marker colouring. And that'll just need to dry a little bit. I can hit it with my heat tool to let that dry, so I'm just going to set that one aside for a minute. Hello from California. Who's that? Marcy, welcome. I can't believe people just come from everywhere and we can all join together here. I love it. It's so cool. Who else is here? North Carolina. Jackie, welcome. So the other version I was going to do is another one. I was going to do a stripy version. I saw a card that Carissa made the other day. So I've got a panel here. It's cut to an A2 card size. So I thought I'd do this one next. And I've got, this is just some post-it note paper. I bought it from Amazon. Am I in the center? I probably should go on that. This I use these markers on the sheet all the time. Yeah, just the lines on these mats really make it easy. Has anyone got this set? This vintage garden set? It's really pretty. I think it should make it that wide. This is actually going to be a vertical card, I think. Like I said, I'm not really planned these ones out. I thought we'd do it together. What I like about the, I was going to start in the middle, pink. What I like about these colouring stencils too is they make life really easy. If you're not feeling really confident with colouring, you can add like a washy colour and get that great look without having to stress, which is good. So thought I'd come in with some pinks and reds today. Thanks, Michelle. I'm still new to this live streaming, so please bear with me. One thing I can't work out is whether I need to make it public earlier or not, because I did lose that one I did the other day. So if anyone else does live streaming that's here, please let me know if I need to make it public earlier. Has anyone else tried these blending tools from Altenew? I feel like it's pretty much, I've got mostly Altenew stuff today. I like the brushes as well. I don't tend to pick them up now that I've got these tools. I found these ones are my go-to at the moment. What other colours did I grab? Orange. Orange and pink. Go figure. And there was a red. I might do the red next. So when I do like a pattern, like a stripe pattern like this, I think it helps to have a nice bold colour next to a softer colour. It just helps it show out. And when I do the bold colour, I'm going to do it a little bit thinner. And I'm not too worried that my stripes aren't perfectly straight. I'm hoping you won't notice it after. but we'll see. This is Ruby Red. This is one of the classic sets from Altenew, one of the original ones, I think. Keep going back to this set of colours for sure. Man. So what's everyone been up to? Staying inside out of the snow and the rain. Has anyone had really nice weather? It's been pretty bad lately. Actually, I shouldn't complain. Today is stunning. It's such a beautiful day here today. Oh, I've got to go to work. It's okay though. Right. I'm going to do a light colour next, so I probably need to just make sure that I don't contaminate with the red. Chris did her stripes on an angle, which I thought looked great. Oops, it's too wide. I think we're only going to get half a card made today, okay? Is that all right with you? That's how we're going at the moment. Oh, Marilyn, no. I don't practice my cards first. Rarely do I remake a card. I have an idea often in my head. If I'm doing a lot of cards, and especially for a release or something, if I know, like I've got a picture often of the stamp sets and things in advance, and if I have time or I know I've got a lot on my plate, I will actually sketch them out first. Sometimes I even plan my colours and things, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But typically I just have an idea in my head and changes along the way sometimes. Other times it just, I did get a bit of bleeding of the red there. Other times it just falls together really easily. And if you see a stamp set, sometimes you know a good stamp set, I reckon, when you can look at a set and go, I can picture 4 cards I can make with that set straight away. Because sometimes I've bought stamp sets but not actually really used them just because I like them, but I didn't have a plan for them. Thinking green next, and then a stripe of orange. Don't know. Oh, this is the trick. But I do know people that pre-make all of their. It's not happy, is it? Pre-make all of their cards and then make them on video. It would have to be a better way to do it. I'm just not that organised, because I would think then that, just got ink on my mat here, I would think then it would be a lot quicker and you would have less babble from me, perhaps. That's sticking better. Here's cat fur again. Speaking of which, our cats have been good with the new dog. They're the little girl yesterday. Let me just get out a picture for a minute so you can see more. Might zoom in a little bit. She was up because we've had the rain. Like, this dog's never been an inside, because he's come from a farm. He's never been an inside dog, so it's been a whole new learning curve for us and him. But He's so we had to try and, with all this rain that we've had here, we had like 100 mils the day before yesterday, which is 4 inches. That's right, isn't it? Don't trust my maths. So yeah, we had 100 mils of rain 2 days ago, and I was home in the morning and I just didn't want him. We've got a shed that he can go to, but if we're home, he tends to hang near the door or near our doors, and it was getting wet and it was just awful outside. So my husband's bought him a mat so we can bring him inside, but because he's never been inside and he's the size of a horse, well, not quite the size of a horse, but because he's never been inside, we just have had to learn how to get him to stay on the mat, because he comes in and he's so excited, and I can see everything getting knocked by that tail and onto the ground. So my cards, there's been like, I'll come in, I'll finally get him to sit down, takes me 10 minutes, get him to lie down, stay, and then I get up to get something and he's up again, so it takes me another 10 minutes to get him to settle down again. But he's getting better, for sure. He loves the beach, absolutely loves the beach. And I do need orange, don't I? I haven't got any orange. How's that happened? I think it needs to be wide. But yeah, he's really fitting into the family very well. He's a really easy dog, actually, to be honest. I'm like taking a gamble, see if that one will stick. Well, I figure, Marilyn, if I can just see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it's only paper, and I can start again. Well, depending on how much time you've got in the day, I suppose. If you want to hang with me all day, I'll finally get it right. Some cards, seriously, some cards take me days to make. And that's sometimes because I've got to go to work. But if I've got an idea and it's not working, and that's more it. I want a certain look or a certain or I've got it to a point, but it's just not feeling right. What I'm intending to do is walk away now. Or the other thing is adding a sentiment. If I don't plan out my sentiment first, that can take me ages just to work out where and what sentiment I want to add. So I can actually spend ages just on the sentiment. Oh, I forgot to mention this paper that I'm working on here. It's actually, I think it's the 110 pound. I didn't mean for it to be that, but I think that's the one I actually cut down in the end. But it can actually take me a while, and I find now often it's the first sentiment that I thought about that ends up being the one that I use. So I get less indecisive now, trying to. It's very stripy. And an unusual colour combo too. Let's see how that goes. Just clean my mat a little bit. I want to let that ink dry a little bit before I stamp on it. It'll probably be fine, but I do find it's often better to do that. Even though it's a dye ink, I've actually added quite a bit to the paper. So, now did I clean this stamp before? I think I did. Let me just... make sure there's not a lot of black on there. unzoom a little bit. So this is another piece of Nina, and I'll just put an orange smudge on there. Oh, Amy's here, hello. Oh yeah, thank you. We're pretty happy the cats are doing well. They don't even faze him at all. I'm talking about the cats and the dog here, sorry. I was just reading one of the comments. Now this is the orange cream, one of my favourite Altenew colours. I thought now I'd try stamping it. Oh, see how that goes. It's definitely bright. Love the Misty tool. Cool. That's definitely bright. Okay, next. I'm like a well-oiled machine. Alright. I could hit that with my heat tool a little bit. Did you see what happened up here in the cream? If I had more time, I'd probably do that again. So this is just a black pigment ink. This is the obsidian one. It's a nice ink. Actually, I think I've got my old ink pad there. I've actually had to buy, the only thing I probably don't like about this ink pad is you can't buy a refill for it. But that's okay, they're not, I had it probably for 12 months before I had to buy a new one, and I use it a lot. And for my old ink pad, it's not too bad really. It's quite a modern way to use bright colours on the card. See, it's kind of like using that line art technique. So Michelle's a whiz at that. Alright, I have some card bases, so make sure I grab an actual base. This one's going to be pretty much that one fits a bit better. No, here's my ATG. Took me a while to get used to this, but I do like it. If I had a real preference, I like the dotted adhesives on the rollers a lot. I use them a lot, like the Altenew one, and I've just got the Gina K one to try out. That seems really nice too. But the ATG adhesive, for value for money, if you're doing bulk cards and things, it's I do like it. But it doesn't, you can't really do it on small things. So for something like this, it's perfect. So I'm not an adhesive snob, I use them all. Now, what was that question about Copic friendly? Is that the obsidian you're talking about? Correct. It is not Copic friendly, it's a pigment ink. So it's not going to be any good for that. I had a couple of sentiments. I was thinking, because I can either stamp the Hello and Hugs. Actually, I like this Nice of You sentiment set from Alan Hudson. It's really nice because it actually has a coordinating die, and you just go stamp and die cut. On this one I did stamp, heat emboss and die cut. But Have you got all day? Or all night? Oh, that's a cute one. And typically you're going to find when you're putting sentiments on, we have the rule of thirds. Now I'm thinking maybe there, unless you go central, you'll probably find on that sweet point, where is it? Excuse me. Oh, here it is. I've got this dodgy old piece of paper I use. I don't know if you can see. See, I've got it drawn into 3 portions. It's the same as an A2 card. So basically where these points intersect, where these lines intersect, that's going to be a good spot to put things, because it's, I don't know the because, I shouldn't say that, because it looks good. So there, or there. And obviously it's going to depend on the card that you're making. And you know, if you were doing it this way, if you were doing like making it a landscape design, we could change it up wherever you like. For a while there I was putting some on the edges, which is fun, but that's only because I make so many cards, you might as well change it up, give it a whirl. And central always looks good too. But yeah, I'm thinking there. So thank you, Therese, for just spending a half an hour on one sentiment that you'd already made. Do other people like the Gina K? Yeah, the Gina K one's easy. It's just, the tape runners work out quite expensive. I don't know about in the US or the UK, but here in Australia they can get quite expensive. So it's good to have other options. I like to do lots of foam squares. No one likes a saggy sentiment. The other thing that would look good on this card too, and I might add it later, is some enamel dots, or some, is that where I had it? I'm trying not to put my head under the camera. Alright, that's card number 1. But yeah, some black enamel dots, dare I say splatters, they would probably make me happy too. Put these aside, I might use them on the other cards yet. We'll see. Okay, I probably should do the one that's on the Bristol next, which is this one. Sorry about that noise. And haven't used these in a while. Now, the brighter one should be this one. I'll go with that. So this is the orange cream again. I'm seriously just going to, oh, maybe I might need a brush. Some water, just in case. Yep, because I don't want the edges to be sharp. So, and all I'm going to do here is some really simple colouring. I don't want it to be fancy. I just want to add a little bit of colour. I don't think I'll put water on my brush much. But mostly in the center of the petals, so that's where it's going to be darkest, and then just drag it out. Yeah, I'm with you, Rebecca. It's probably the hardest part of the card is working out, unless I know exactly, like if the card is actually made because of the sentiment, that's easy. But otherwise, just trying to work out where I want the sentiment and which one to use. Dare I say, I might have too many to choose from. Don't tell my husband I said that. Because you always just got to have the right one for the right person or for the right card. I am liking these new brushes from Altenew though. And I think it's just because they make it a little bit quicker because they actually hold more water. When I remember to dip it into the water well. And the good thing about these watercolor brush markers is that this will dry quickly because I'm not adding a lot of water. And I'm not mixing colours or doing anything fancy like that. We're just doing bright vintage garden flowers. Thank you, Amanda, for the suggestion. If anyone else wants me to, like, even if it's something you want me to try and demonstrate, or if you think it's a technique that you want me to try, I'm happy to give it a go. You can do it together. And if you've got this stamp set, it'd be great. If you know, I do link it when I do the reminder post at the moment. I am trying to link the products I think I'm going to use, and that way if you want to join me and colour along, that would be awesome. You can see just how easy it is. I'm not doing anything fancy. There's a lot of petals, and this stamp gives you a good guide as to where the shadows are going to be too. It's basically where the lines are here. The ones that I'm putting the colour down on, that's where the shadows are. I'm storing these pens a bit different now. I did have them lying on their side, but they have so much colour in them. I actually found a couple of them when I opened them that the colour had pooled in the top of the actual well here. So I'm just trying them sitting vertical now. Missed a couple, didn't I? But this is a really quick way to add bright colour quickly, and it would look good actually. I've seen this image just done stamped as a embossed image, or even just black and white, but embossed on black cardstock. It looks amazing. It's a really pretty stamp set and easy to use because you don't even have to, if you just use this image like I have today, you don't even have to do any what's that word called? Masking. Oh, speaking of masking, I've got a new class coming up soon. Altenew Academy. I don't know if anyone's done any of my classes before. They're really fun. I do about one a year. I find them a lot. There's a lot of work goes into putting them together. So, because I work full time, I don't have time to do more than that. Although I'd probably love to. I always have such fun. Just basically, I get lost in my supplies when I do those classes, because I can pretty much just use anything. And get to make lots of Altenew cards. But that's coming up very soon, if you're interested. Love to see you there. I get to see what everyone makes and how everyone's inspired by the techniques. This colour here is, I think I grabbed, this is the rouge. Yep. And I'm just thinking now, do I need colour these centres in? What do you reckon? They're looking a bit... I'm going to restamp it. That's why I left the image in the misty, but I'll have to let it dry a little bit first. Oh, thanks. I know Michelle's done all my classes. And they're not, what I like about them is they're not expensive either. They're actually really good value. Altenew are really generous like that. And so I haven't added any water to this brush for ages. Have I even done it just once maybe? On this particular flower? Let me know, because I can't remember. And I'm not worried about, you know, when you normally do watercolour, you worry about whether you're going to the next petals and all of that. Because there's so little water in this technique, and I'm on the Bristol, it's pretty forgiving. I haven't had to kind of wait for each petal to dry before I do it, so it makes it really quick. See what I mean? This has been my problem. I've only just worked it out recently. I'm not pushing the barrel either, just letting the colour flow. I'm thinking I do need something in the centre. Something browny. Or goldy. Or grey. Michelle. Okay. We've got a scrap piece of paper. How can a girl not have any paper? Could get away with that, couldn't I? And still keep it. And you know what? Could probably get away with that too. But here's what we can do is try this one first. If we don't like it, come in with the dark one. What do you reckon? Add enough? These colours are great because they're just so bright on their own. Alright, now I set that, so I think I like that. Still bright. Maybe both. Yeah, I thought about that. Do you reckon? Let me know. I can come back in a second and do the second colour. Is it a delay between my comments and what I can read? Oh, hi Tracy, welcome. Yeah, I make such a variety. I think I like flower cards too. Oksana was saying that she's really not a flower card maker, but thank you, you like mine. It's very sweet of you. I make a lot of floral cards, but I also like critter cards and graphic design cards, like something that's a little bit graphic style as well. Now here's for the fun bit. I've got no idea if this is going to work out or not. I thought I'd give it a go. Now this has only one layer. It's pretty easy to work out these stencil colouring sets. You basically add colour, but only to a portion of the image. You'll see what I mean. It's probably going to be hard for you to tell because I'm doing weird colours today. But if you look at this flower here, you can see, you can stamp your outline, and when you use the stencil, it just gives that highlighted sections of colour. It's brilliant. But I'm only going to be doing with pink. But then I've got to think, is it coral berry pink that I want to use? Or frosty? Maybe I might start with, I was thinking initially frosty. So I might start with the frosty. If I don't like it, I'll add coral. The only thing to be aware of is if you add ink on ink, it kind of does end up being a bit, I'm just cleaning my brush, see? Very posh way of doing it. It does end up sort of blending, it kind of blends the colours together in the paper, so you might lose a little bit of the crispness of your image. So if you're not wanting to do that, then I would recommend not either adding too much colour or letting it dry after and then stamping. Re-stamping the image over top. So, because I want to keep this, and the good thing here is this is going to cover my whole card and protect my whole card base as well. Right. So I'm kind of lining up the centre of both of these flowers. If I was clever, I probably would have stuck it down. So I think this is the first time I've ever used pink and orange together. Who out there knows that that's not true? It's one of my favourite colour combos. Actually, I was using pink and red together the other day. That's a fun one. Can't even remember what card that was on. There you go. How cool are these colouring stencils? Just add something. I think the dark would have been too dark. Cat fur. Probably. Okay. I need a card, don't I? I need to make something into a card. What did I have before? I had a hello. I like it better on that one. Yeah, sometimes you card, because I cut and make all my own card bases. I just buy a big ream of Nina, 110 pound. Can't have bits hanging over the edge. Okay. Oh, seriously want a splatter. Don't tell. Don't tell my husband. I'm gonna do it. Probably need to shout myself a new piece of paper in here. And it has to be black because it's dries quicker. I like the metallic splatters as well. Whoopsie. But they do take a lot longer to dry. I don't have so much extra stuff to link after this. I don't know. Happier now. Oh yes, there we go. I have got a video on how to reload the ATG. Alright, I'll try the Gina K one. The only thing I didn't like about it was that I could lose that lid. That would be easy to do. And that's why I need the cheap adhesive, guys. I use too much. Is there such a thing as too much adhesive? I think not. Alright, where did I put my... I had them here. There they are. I had to splatter. See. This might take a while. Things we do for dimension. I cut them too fat. If I had been organised, I could have had these on here, couldn't I? I'm sure you love watching me stick sentiments. And Marilyn, that might be why I'd be better off to make the card before I came on. Got ink on my finger. I've got tweezers. Are you talking to me? I just don't think to use them. Hopeless. I love my tweezers. There's some tools you just can't do without in paper crafting. Is that straight? And centre? Straight and centre. Now I had this one out before, and I just keep little scraps on cards that I've tried different sentiments on and hasn't worked. It looks good. Okay. I always like to use the black pop-up dots if I want that sort of look, because you don't see them so much from the side. I think it makes a difference, but I'm not sure if it actually does or not. Seems to. That would be at the same height. I'll go higher. One more higher. Okay. Oops. Man, 3 cards. We're nearly there. It's okay if you arrive late because I'm going really slow today. But I wanted to give more ideas, because you know we spend so much money, especially if you buy a set like this and it's got the coordinating dies and also the stamps and the stencils. It's nice to have lots of different ideas and not just make one card and then put it aside. Now this is very bright, so hopefully that fits the bill. What do I do? I had a die thing here. It's just like a nesting. Oh, I'm trying this stuff out at the moment. Has anyone else had any luck with this? It's highlighter tape. See if how that goes through the machine. Actually, what I should do, here's a trick, just in case it lifts all the paper up. It's only going to lift the outside paper up, and I can keep the centre and just use that on the card. Oh, you know what I haven't done? Thank you, thanks for reminding me. Awesome. I haven't re-stamped it in the pigment ink, have I? Gosh, I probably could have still done it. And I've still got the old pigment ink. Maybe I didn't need a new one. That looks better, doesn't it? It makes a big difference. Nearly forgot. It just feels slow, Rebecca. Let's try again. Center-ish. Okay. So even that just on its own looks nice. So if this had have ripped my paper, which it's not, that's good, then I could have just used that. Now, for the sentiment, what will I do? What's that? I had a couple of little ones sticking around here. This hello out of this set is really pretty. But then I'd have to kind of stamp it over there. Would you still see it? It'll probably be alright. What else have I got? This one here, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, and Steph, I think you're right. It does seem to lose its tack, really. No, I don't like that on there. It's wrong. It's wrong, not doing that. It does seem to lose its tack, and it's not cheap either. It's although I think it looks like there's a lot on the roll. Hey, look, I found the stamps I was talking about. I need some birthday cards. So then I was thinking that's going to be too... It might work. I always need birthday cards. No, it's too much. You know what? I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to go back to the other one, aren't I? Oh, I thought this font was nice too. Missing you. And I could do the sentiment down there. No help. No, I think I might just go back to my original plan, which is the whole discussion I had with you earlier, wasn't it? I always go back to the first thing that I try. So why am I wasting my time? Mucking around. Alright, so because it's a scripty font, it's hard to tell if it is going to be straight or not. So I'll just test it. Yeah, that's fine. On the acetate. This is the reason I think I swapped over to new ink on the finer stuff. Okay. We're nearly there, guys. See the mess I've got here. So what I was figuring is doing this one flat and the other one, and I think this card would look really nice with some, I really like those Pink Fresh crystals, and they've also got like a jewel as well, so I think I'll probably add some of those to this before I photograph it. And I'm down to the 1/8 of an inch tape, and this is a bit embarrassing as I always use the 1/4 or the 1/2 inch, and that would mean I'd have to get out of my chair, go over to my cupboard, which is about 4 or 5 feet away, and get it out, and I just haven't done it. So hopefully I'll remember to do it, because this one is not my friend. My nails aren't my friend, maybe. Talk amongst yourselves while I go. I don't know if Amanda's here today. This was her idea. Thank you, Amanda. I had about another set that I've got. I'll show you it. Actually, I kept it out because I was thinking it's a very similar set, but it's a lot bigger. It's awesome. It's the Courageous You set. So if you've got that set, you could do like the same sort of cards as these ones. See how the crystals look with that? That'd be perfect. Oh my, look, we're over time. There you go. Could even straighten it for you. I might clean away some of the mess. How about that? 3 cards. And bright, I think it fits the bill. I think it definitely fits the bill of bright. I'm just finding the Courageous You set. So this is the other set I was talking about, the Courageous You. It's really big. Like if you're a scrapbooker, that'd be perfect. And it's a similar, it's like two flowers with leaves, and then it's got the colouring stencil as well. So it just does a portion. You just can quickly add colour and make some really fast, bright cards like I've done today. Hello again. It's my cup of tea gone cold. Yes, I am looking forward to my day at work. Hopefully it's not too busy. It has been really busy lately. I had my 2nd injection last week with no problems, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's all starting to roll out in Australia now. Thank you for your lovely comments. It's awesome to have you here. I will relink all the stuff that I used that I didn't link the first time. And I was thinking the next Thursday fortnight, I'm actually going to be at work in the morning, and then I've got to go to the dentist, so I won't be here with you that day, just for a clean, which is great after. I don't like the dentist. But I could come on either Wednesday the 7th of April or on the Friday the 9th. So if you could let me know what you think would suit you guys better, either the Wednesday, the same time, it'll be Australian Eastern Standard Time, so Brisbane time, 8 a.m. in the morning. And I know that the UK, I think your time zone changes in another week or so. Ours doesn't. Yes, thanks, Marcy. I don't like the dentist. No offence to the dentist. I've got a great dentist. And the hygienists here are wonderful. But I could do either the Wednesday or the Friday. So Friday, Wednesday, yeah, which is Tuesday. It actually is Tuesday in the US. The Friday would be the Thursday. All right, cool. I'll have to talk. Probably what will be whatever suits Michelle. She's the boss. Seems like a few of you are saying the Friday. What I'll do is I'll, if you can put it in the comments below to let me know what you prefer, I'll have a look, and then once the video goes up and goes live, you can comment there as well. or I'll link it. I'll do a reminder post again at Insta and at my blog. But I am looking into doing a newsletter, so if anyone's interested in that, I wouldn't be like one of those newsletters. I won't be doing it every day. You won't be getting a newsletter every day. I know I'm full of a lot of information, but I'm not that full of information. I wouldn't know what to write. But maybe every couple of weeks, like if I'm going to do a live, I can send a newsletter out, just a little reminder to people if that suits. They'll be able, you can maybe sign up for that. So that's something I'm going to be looking into real soon. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, if there's any questions, please write them in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you've had fun and enjoyed these 3 little bit different ways to use these vintage flower cards and nice bright ideas. Thank you, Amanda. So back to you guys. If you do have any ideas or anything you want me to try out or have a go at with you, I'm more than happy to. All right. Thank you very much. I better get going, get ready for work, take some photos and get this post up too. So happy to have you here. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.